This is Jonathan Karp. Welcome to Miracle Noodle TV. We're here in West Hollywood, California at M Cafe. M Cafe features Miracle Noodle on the menu, so we're going to walk inside, talk to the chef, and see how they cook up some Miracle Noodle. Hi, I'm with Yuta, president of M Cafe. So wanted to talk a little bit about the restaurant, the philosophy of the restaurant, how you got into the restaurant business as well.
Restaurant business, now that's a great question. Actually, my family has been operating a restaurant for over 400 years. Original restaurant. Wow. It's called Hikage Chaya. Chaya means tea house. That's how it started 20 years ago and still runs as a restaurant in Japan.
Wow, what part of Japan?
It's a city called Hayama. It's about an hour and a half south of Tokyo. Wow. It's almost, beach city, it's almost like Carmel. Yeah.
Okay. Did you grow up in Japan? Or you...
I did.
Okay.
I was born and raised until I was 14 years old. This new concept, M Cafe, is macrobiotic based, but it's very similar.
Okay, and so for some of the people who are listening who don't really have a background in knowing exactly what macrobiotic is, could you give a little background on that?
Of course, macrobiotic is very difficult to explain in one short sentence, but if I can, it is really a balanced diet based on grains and all the food has a plus and minus energy, and you're supposed to balance those out. Mm-hmm. As long as you're well balanced, you're okay with health and your daily lives, so to speak. So that's pretty much macrobiotic.
And so tell me how I know you're familiar, of course, growing up in Japan about konnyaku and using our product, which is basically a very traditional product. Of course, we made it into a fettuccine shape. So how did that come about in terms of was there a customer request or?
Yes, so of course, I usually go to Health Expo as well, and I have a lot of information and connections from a lot of healthy products, and then we ran into your product. And this was exactly like our philosophy in our store. We wanted to provide, there's a lot of things in life that it's already exists, and then we know it's healthy, but we discover and we kind of reform it to the public so that they can easily access them, or mentally or visually, whatever,
yeah, sure.
And most importantly, flavor. And I think your product really came out of nowhere because it just made it so much easier for American people to accept it, the packaging, whatever it is, or the name of the product. Because if Japanese stores will carry as shirataki, and no local people will go in there and buy it.
That's
yes,
true.
but I think that you changed it to fettuccine-like, much more easier to eat, and it's like our store. Macrobiotic is very scary words, but we thought if we make our food very tasteful, flavorful, they don't have to think second what it is that they're eating. They want to come back. So I think it's just all about presentation, and I love your product because people just jump on and buy them like.
Oh, well, certainly appreciate that.
Yes.
And one of the things that we do in the company is we keep it as traditional as we possibly can, because there are some other companies that add a lot of different ingredients to the shirataki, and so we try to keep it as basically the same way they've made it for forever, and it's great for us to see because at a restaurant like this, because in addition to kind of matching the philosophy of our own company, it introduces the product to a whole different group of people who never would have ever come across this particular incredibly healthy traditional Japanese product.
I completely agree. The best thing again is shirataki and konnyaku was only utilized or introduced in Japanese restaurants, but now we're much more wide range and range with the customer clientele base, and I think it's great what you have done.
Well, thank you very much. So we're going to go into the kitchen and see how it's prepared here.
Hi, today I'm going to make a spicy yuzu miso broth, Miracle Noodle. So from here, this is a yuzu juice from Japan, and chopped bok choy, and sliced zucchini, and bean sprouts, and shredded carrots, marinated shiitake in soy sauce, and sesame oil, shichimi pepper, and which is 7 spices from Japan, and shiso, and daikon sprouts, and tofu, and dried seaweed. So let's do it. And we are going to broil the salmon. And this is heating up the miso soup, which is shojin dashi based miso soup, which is shiitake and kelp noodle broth. And yuzu juice and shichimi pepper to make it spicy, like this much. And seaweed. And open up Miracle Noodle. The Miracle Noodle is just heat up. It's very quick. Oh, the soup. And the bok choy. Bok choy is fresh raw. And the bean sprouts and zucchini marinated in sesame oil. Then a little bit sesame oil, doriz. Shiitake and carrots and tofu. Salmon is ready. Salmon is marinated in soy sauce and teriyaki and shiso and daikon sprouts and shichimi pepper again.
Okay, so finally I get to taste this. As my cameraman's been setting up, this has been the most difficult thing because the aroma is just driving me crazy. So actually the aroma I smell is fresh salmon, a little bit of the sesame oil, which gives an incredible aroma. And I'm having a hard time deciding exactly what I'm going to try first, but let's go ahead with a little bit of the salmon. Really tender, really good. Let's get some of the noodles in here. It has a very savory broth, and you can see that one of the great things about the noodle is that because it's mostly made of water, it actually absorbs a lot of the flavors of the broth. So the noodles will actually really you'll be able to taste the broth. Really incredible. It's a very savory broth that matches really well with the salmon. And you get another kind of savory element with the shiitake mushrooms. And pretty much everything here is just incredibly delicious. All of the ingredients really match well and just really, really delicious. We had a great time today at M Cafe in West Hollywood, California. I look forward to seeing you again in our next episode where we'll be visiting another restaurant that cooks with Miracle Noodles. I'm Jonathan Karp. Thanks for watching.